We've got some interesting things happening in Nevada for us.
It's actually all over. It's in multiple states. Let's do a hard pivot. I don't know how we pivot away from that last segment, Sisto, but a really, quick break. And now moving into something that's happening right now in the U.S. Senate, I guess it's in the House. There's a national debate, and we're going to pull our Dems and our Rs into this and figure out which group is on the right side or wrong. But you have technology that has surpassed archaic tradition in business and industry. One of those, obviously, is the taxi cab industry. I know there's still taxi cabs out there, and they serve a certain purpose, but ride sharing has become the ubiquitous engagement for all passengers looking to purchase a ride from one place to another. The Graves Amendment historically has protected rental cars and other rental associations and said that if you yourself as the driver, right? I rented a car. I'm actually in a rental car this week, and Enterprise is the company I went through. And if I happen to crash, I have a liability. I sign that off. I absorb it, and I am the one that's liable, not Enterprise, right? Moving companies have the same type of situation. But there's a debate going on, and I'm interested in your thoughts around what do we do with rideshare? Because, again, the Ubers, the Lyfts, the variety of other options, Toro, you name it, that's out there. Are they the ones that are responsible? Should you and I make a bad decision and one crash the vehicle or assault a rider? Is it our fault? Are we the ones liable in placing that situation as drivers, or is it the company? What the Graves Amendment would do is basically say that there's a certain level of liability the company holds in making sure that the drivers that they hire or have working underneath them pass certain certain levels of standards. But that there is this vicarious liability that is truly a personal liability piece that does not pass along to the company. Obviously, the companies are very interested in this, but on the flip side, who is fighting for this? And that's the trial lawyers, another Democratic beating drum that constantly pops its head up across every state in the Southwest and frankly the country. Trial lawyers give a lot of money. I got a lot of money from trial lawyers when I ran for office, Sisto, and they always came to me, and I disappointed them quite often because I was a big tort reform type of guy. I think they stopped giving me money near the middle of my political career. But trial lawyers want to be able to sue Uber and want to be able to sue Lyft. There's no thoughts into the cost of insurance if that happens, the cost of prices of these rides should that happen. We know that they'll all skyrocket, right? We've seen this before. Many of the pricing issues in medical and true costs in medicine is because our trial lawyers continue to sue the crap out of every sort of medical professional, and the liability insurance continues to go up. Professional insurance goes up, malpractice insurance goes up. And then what happens when you and I go see a doctor? We're paying higher prices because our trial lawyers have, out of the goodness of their heart, sued the crap out of everyone and increased our prices. So that's what we're stuck with. This Graves Amendment, I think it should pass. I think it should be adopted. To me, it's a no-brainer. I'm interested in your thoughts. What do you think about the Graves Amendment and vicarious liability, Sisto?
Well, we had this debate when Uber came into existence in New Mexico. And we actually put in some very interesting safeguards in regards to that for the application itself. But what we did do is we required for the driver to carry an additional rider of insurance. Where the problem has come in New Mexico has been when a driver is either threatened or attacked by a passenger, and they meet them with deadly harm or with some type of force that results in the other individual either being killed or maimed or something like that. In that sense, what the trial lawyers here in some cases, not a lot, but there's been a couple of instances where they're trying to sue the application because either the driver was either mentally unstable, shouldn't have been around people, whatever it may be, in that sense of understanding who it is that they're actually allowing to work on their platform. I think that there's a little bit of liability there on behalf of the individual letting you utilize their platform. I think that there needs to be some type of accountability for them in that sense, is that they shouldn't. I mean, Eddie, you and I both carry liability insurance. If I do something that's stupid or crazy while I'm working under the banner, we're protecting ourselves, that, we're not going to lose our shirts personally and individually. But I think that, it's not a bad idea for some of these platforms to kind of think along the same lines in regards to who they're allowing into the platform to use the platform in those instances. Now, in regards to auto accidents, all those other things, like I said, I think that still falls on the driver. That's pretty clear in most instances. It's even clear for the cab companies, right? Their drivers actually have to carry an additional set of insurance that they have to pay out of pocket, and that's something that needs to be done. But I know, because I remember when this debate was happening, there was a few insurance agents that I was very close to, and full disclosure, everybody remembers, he still worked at the Office of the Superintendent of Insurance at one time. But the insurance guys were excited about it because they were going to be able to write a whole new policy for people to pay for to become a driver. And that's what they were interested in. And that's, I think, where they went. But I think that as we go forward with the Graves Amendment, let's see how these applications react and how they approach that. Because, people are just wanting for businesses that are allowing people to connect in different ways to have some skin in the game because of the platform and how the platform monitors itself. This is just along those lines of technology is changing, things are changing, and the safeguards have to be there to protect people in the public. So those are my thoughts.
Appreciate that, and your background in insurance is incredible, and I think that's important. I do know that the Graves Amendment pushes those baseline mandates upon companies. Obviously, every corporation has their own professional liability. I mean, that goes without saying, and there's standards. But I think you're right. The added insurance upon drivers is a good requirement. I just think these conversations are really important, Sisto, because we forget around what true pricing is, right? The price of a ride, from Albuquerque to Santa Fe, if I wanted to take that hour and 15 minutes with a stranger, could be quadrupled if the professional liability requirements were to increase, significantly. Yeah. And so businesses have to calculate in how they price outward. And, listen, we are a consumer economy. We want to be able to get our cheapest products and services that can benefit the end goal. So for me, I'm excited about what the Graves Amendment's going to do, and let's keep moving forward.